Yeah! Three Kings Boxing in the building. Y'all already know what it is, man. My man Hans Commune, my man the Texan, was good. Where my man Bo at? There he is. Word up, word up, word up. Let's get this shit started, man. Yo, Bo, where you at, homie?
Right here, fam.
Alright. We in the building. Three Kings Boxing in the house. Of course, it's your host, 2K in the flesh. Man, listen, if y'all haven't been looking at the screen like the last three podcasts, y'all late, man. We been on the motherfucking screen. We been on the screen. Look at the screen now. It ain't just our voice. You know what I'm saying? You see one dark black motherfucker. You see one yellow nigga on screen. Look at his face.
Who the fuck is this dark black nigga? Who the fuck I'm trying to figure out?
Word up, word up. Hey, man. Shout out to everybody that's rocking with us, man. You know what I'm saying? The podcast it's alright. You know, it ain't nothing big, but eventually we'll get there. But what is big is 3kingsboxing.com. What is big is the Three Kings Boxing Facebook page. We are really popping on the website and on Facebook. I appreciate everybody rocking with us. I appreciate everybody rocking with us on Twitter and Instagram. I definitely appreciate everybody who's been donating to help the cause, keep the lights on, keep everything running smoothly over at 3kingsboxing.com. Definitely big shout out to our affiliates and our staff, 100%. Mm-hmm. All right, Bo, man, I was chilling earlier today, man. You know, yeah, I like to kind of talk a little bit about, you know, unrelated shit. And, you know, I was chilling and shit, bro. Nigga was in the shower. You know what I'm saying? And I got to thinking, bro. I was like, yo, even this beta male shit getting out of control, bro.
Oh, no. Don't start the show off with that, bro, man. Why you want to do that, man?
I'm just saying, bro, like, we're going to jump into that. But my thing is this. Like, have you ever seen fighters today talking about, oh, it's okay, you can have sex before you fight. You can have sex, you know, the day of the fight or the day before the fight. You got fighters saying that. Now, let me tell you something, dog. You're not supposed to have sex as a fighter during your entire training camp. They tell you this, dog, because if you do so, you lose testosterone. Think about all my fellas out there when you have sex with your woman, right? And you empty the tank. What happens? What happens? You turn into like an emotional being, nigga. The girl try to touch you like, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Right? You slouchy, you groggy, you ready to go to sleep, right? That's what happens when you empty the tank. You know what I'm saying? They tell you not to empty the tank. Exactly, Hans, you wipe out. They tell you not to empty the tank during training camp because they want you to keep the energy, right? Having high levels of testosterone, that's where your real alpha male shit comes from. You know what I'm saying? You ready to take off the next man's head at any moment. You see what I'm saying? They don't want you doing nothing. You see what I'm saying? So when you got those high levels of testosterone, you got unlimited energy. You're stronger. You're faster. Nigga, you even smell better. You know what I'm saying? So take it back to like the Roman times before Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Before all that shit. When they had the gladiator games, do you know how they used to try to make it an unfair advantage for the guys that they didn't like, Bo? You know what they used to do?
Yeah.
What they used to do?
They used to either have them have sex or ejaculate.
Well, they would send some of the baddest bitches over to that person. Like, what they would do is they would treat them like they like them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they take them in. Oh, you know, you can have the lavish of, you know, women, pussy, anything you want. You know what I'm saying? And the dude is like, oh, shit, everything for me? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But what he didn't understand was, I mean, they was giving him the baddest. I mean, we talking about bitches with the biggest medieval titties. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And what he'd make them do, the guy wouldn't understand, so he'd fuck these girls. And then when it was time to go battle, he didn't have the energy, the strength, right? He didn't have the awareness. He didn't have none of that, B. And he would lose. See, that's in the Roman times. That's how they would get motherfuckers. That shit travels all the way to today. So, young fighters. Go ahead.
Remember the number one reason why guys, because I know people are going to be like, well, didn't they know it was a trap, it was a trick? No, the number one reason why guys get excited like that is because they were denied visit for so long. Like they had times when they could have visits. So they was denied visits for so long that when they would, like you said, when they would do that, they'd be like, what? Oh, they'd be excited because be like, damn, I didn't win 30 days or 40 days without no visit.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. So all you young fighters out there, and this stupid ass new narrative about, oh, you can have sex during training camp. No, you cannot. You will get your ass beat.
Man, who the fuck is saying that?
They killing it, bro. I seen it all over the place. They fucking killing it, B. I'm seeing this shit all over the place, man. Stupid motherfuckers, man. Beta male society. Let's jump in this shit and bring it down a notch. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to talk about.
No, fuck that. Keep it up. Oh.
Yeah, we got to talk about.
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead, man.
We got to talk about one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Yes,
Not
sir.
only one of the greatest defensive fighters of all time, one of the greatest fighters of all time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Pernell Whitaker transcended the game, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was a guy. Didn't have that many knockouts. He had 40 wins and 17 of those wins came by knockout. But he still was an offensive juggernaut. You see what I'm saying? On top of being an offensive juggernaut, motherfucker had the hand speed of a Zab Judah, maybe even faster, depending on what you believe. Motherfucker had the combination punching like a Salvador Sanchez, maybe better, depending on what you believe. Motherfucker had the stamina of, again, I could say Salvador Sanchez, right? But then he had the footwork and the defense that transcended the game. I mean, he was up there with a Nicolino Aluche, Willie Pep, you know what I'm saying? Yes, Homicide Hank, you know what I'm saying? Hell, fucking Sugar Ray Robinson had great defense, right? He was up there with those guys, and of course Floyd Mayweather came after him, right? But you can mention him. You see what I'm saying? So he transcended the game in so many different ways, with his defense being the one that everything remembers. Bo, what do you have to add on Sweet Pea, man? And on top of what you add, why don't you tell everybody what your favorite moment watching Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker?
Man, listen, there was so many things. The number one thing I want everybody to remember is this. Pernell Whitaker came from the vaunted, arguably the best Olympic boxing team we had back in 1984.
Absolutely.
Okay, when you look at the names on that motherfucking list, damn near all the motherfuckers went to do something in boxing, if not win, become fucking world champions.
That was a dream team of boxing, bro.
That the dream. We will never see nothing like that ever the fuck again because of the beta male society we live in right now. Okay, yep. So we'll never get that shit.
Yep.
All right, that's number one. I also want people to understand something. What Pernell Whitaker was able to do from a defensive standpoint, I don't think people understand he had to be that defensive wizard. Listen, Pernell Whitaker offense was just as good as his fucking defense. He had 17 knockouts, but if you watch some of the fights, when Pernell would hit you, when he would use his offense and he hit you with that left hand and sit, that motherfucker could hurt you. And a lot of people, because the defense was so fucking superior, they forget about the offense that he had. But the reason why Pernell had to have that defense like that, that Pernell Whitaker came up in the time, dog, when the heavyweight division and Mike Tyson was on fucking fire. Pernell Whitaker had to contend with guys like Mike motherfucking Tyson, Evander motherfucking Holyfield, Lennox motherfucking Lewis, Mark motherfucking Breland, Julio Cesar fucking Chavez. He had to contend with other icons that was doing at the time he was out there fighting.
Absolutely.
Oscar De La Hoya came later, but even Oscar De La Hoya, he had to contend with these other icons that was getting the shine in more popular divisions until he can get there.
Yep.
Okay? That's one huge thing you have to look at. You know, you got to look at that right there, right? You mentioned Salvador Sanchez. I remember that was the dream matchup that Cass was hoping would happen later on down the line, dog. Okay? So you have to look at the era he came in, and he was using, because everybody, all these guys I'm naming were good offensive fighters. So Pernell had to do something different. So what did he do? He became the best defensive fighter of that era. I don't care what you say. Drop whatever names you want to drop. Pernell Whitaker was the best defensive fighter of that motherfucking era.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Hands down. Yeah.
Hands fucking down. Okay? And one of my favorite moments was when he was on HBO, he was fighting the Cuban.
I already know you're talking about. He fucked. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry about that, Bo.
He was fighting the Cuban.
He whooped his ass.
Utado was winning the fight, and that was the fight that if Pernell would have won, he was going to get Oscar De La Hoya. And Utado was winning the fight, and I remember the commentators saying, "Hey man, all that showboating he doing, man, Pernell better do something, man. He about to lose this fight."
Yep.
And in the 11th round, Pernell came out, all right, show's over.
Left hook?
Left hook, left hook. Dude rolled out the ring to the...
Hey, that motherfucker was like, that motherfucker laid all the way out, bro. All the way out.
It was laid out. You saw the motherfucking commentators catch his head and shit at the bottom. I mean, any of you guys ever have a baby, they tell you how you got to hold the baby's head, got to cup it. They cupping his head and shit at the bottom. Oh, my God.
Damn. That knockout was devastating, bro. It was pretty. Oh. It was actually, Hurtado, man. You thought he was dead, bro.
Yes. You know yes, man. You thought he was dead, and then he went on to fight Oscar De La Hoya. But one thing I want to mention about Pernell during the time when probably the most popular fighters of that time, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and mind you now, this is a time where we living in the era now where black fighters aren't really celebrated or people feel like black fighters can't make no money. And back then, it was about the knockouts. It was about, because that's what the crowd wanted to see. They wanted to see knockouts. They wanted to see that stuff like that. That's why you had more offensive-minded fighters back then. Yeah. And Pernell was able to draw attention so much so that when he fought Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. and clearly won, and the business of boxing fucked him over, Sports Illustrated put him on the cover and said, robbed. They want, sure like nowadays when there's a robbery, it's a whisper. Oh, we talk about social media. No, yep. Sports Illustrated wanted the world to know this motherfucker was robbed. Absolutely. And at that time, Sports Illustrated was the #1 sports magazine for anything sports, and especially boxing.
Yep.
Okay? So they wanted you to know this motherfucker was robbed. As a matter of fact, he had a commercial for his next fight. When they said, hey, Pernell, something about decisions, he said, hey, man, my next fight, I ain't gonna be no decision. I'm gonna let the ref just count to 10. And they was referencing to, the draw he had. That's how respected that he was from that angle. And then on top of that, Pernell Whitaker, man, when he went on to fight the Oscar De La Hoyas, when he went on and fought the Felix Trinidad's, when he continued to fight the young, hungry fighters at advanced age of 40, something fucking Floyd Mayweather did not goddamn do. I don't care if you love him. I don't care if you like him. The motherfucker didn't do it. No, he didn't risk fighting none of these hungry motherfucking lions. Pernell Whitaker did that because, again, that was an era of time, dog, where if you was a fighter and you was in the fight game, to be the best, you had to fight the best, and these guys were straight competitors. So, man, I mean, we can't say enough about him, but I miss him. I love watching him. I was watching him the other day, man, and even though the only fight he ever had that I don't like that, that Utado victory, I take that off, man. I take that off his resume. I don't count that victory. I kept that on his resume.
I very much so put that on his resume. That was one of my favorite fights. That was one of my favorite fights. I enjoyed seeing that shit, but I was on shout out to my man World Breaker. I was on his show earlier today. He sent me a link. I went ahead and jumped on there. We talked about Pernell Whitaker. I was on the tail end of his show though, probably like the last 40 minutes or last 30 minutes. And we talked a little bit about Pernell Whitaker. And what I mentioned on there was that, when I was a youngster, fuck y'all, I ain't gonna tell y'all my age. They already know. Everybody already know. But shit, if you ain't listen to the other podcasts, I ain't gonna give you no goddamn bone this time. But
how young the nigga is, he be listening to cats like Lil Yachty.
Yeah, nigga. Hey, no, bro. I don't listen to no Young Boat, no little 9mm vert, none of that bullshit. Nope. But as a youngster, man, you know what I'm saying, being in the amateur ranks and shit, out there aspiring to be a boxer, couldn't make the choice between basketball and boxing, but I did boxing, you know what I'm saying, when I could. One of the guys that I would tailor my style off of was Pernell Whitaker. You know what I'm saying? Larry Holmes is what brought me into the sport as a fighter. Pernell Whitaker and Roy Jones Jr. is what made me want to continue. You see what I'm saying? Roy Jones Jr. and Pernell Whitaker are the reasons why I know so much about boxing. They're the reasons why I picked up some history books. You didn't have internet back then. AOL wasn't out yet. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We was on what? DOS, nigga? Windows 95 wasn't even out yet. We was on DOS. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, you know, you go to your library, pick up some fucking books, boxing books and shit. Hopefully you know some trainers and shit like I did. Some of the old heads had VHSs and shit of old fighters and shit like that. That's what I was, privy to. A lot of that type of information. That's how I got it. And I was watching. Nigga, I ain't ancient. Fuck out of here, Lord Zoe.
No, that's me, nigga. Shit, nigga, I remember before motherfucking VHS
that's
tapes
Bo.
Shit. Yeah, that's me, nigga.
Bo old enough to be our fathers and shit.
Shit.
Well, I would be an accident. You know what I'm saying? Lord Zoe, that nigga like 21. He a little nigga. You know what I'm saying? No, but, that's how we got our information back then. Word of mouth in the gym. That's how you got your information. So I went and did my research, and it was because of guys like Pernell Whitaker and Roy Jones Jr. You see what I'm saying? And, when I was in the ring, my thing was I understood the sweet science at an early age. It's like, yo, you can't get hit all the time. That was number one. You never wanted to get hit, but then you had to learn how not to get hit. And at that time, Pernell Whitaker embodied that sentiment, or at least that ideology. You see what I'm saying? Hit and not get hit. He embodied that. Probably the most memorable moment was when I watched with my pops live him come to San Antonio. Because at that time I was living in San Antonio. Of course, we didn't have the money to go get no tickets or nothing like that, so we watched it on television. Right. Motherfucker went to the Alamo Dome and fought.
This is how what goes out.
Yeah, right. He went to the Alamo Dome and fought 87-0. Already Mexican legend. Already a Mexican Hall of Famer. Already seen as one of the greatest Mexican fighters of all time, if not the number one, at 87-0. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. Watched it live. You know what I'm saying? And watching that fight, that's when it really hit home for me. Like, dog, you gotta be an animal out here in this motherfucking ring, dog. You know what I'm saying? You gotta mount an offense and you gotta be defensive at the same time. You see what I'm saying? The way he beat the dust off of Cesar Chavez, bro, had him confused. Chavez had no idea what to do, bro. No idea what to do. You see what I'm saying? Had him confused. The footwork was too much. The upper body movement was too much. The jab was too much. Shit, whenever Cesar Chavez would overcompensate, he would get countered. It was too much. He didn't know what to do. 87 fights in didn't prepare him for a Pernell Whitaker. And what happened, Bo? We saw one of the biggest robberies in boxing history. So much so that particular fight is used
as the
quintessential example, the perfect example of what a robbery looks like.
Yes, sir.
Today.
Yes, sir.
Motherfucker says, oh man, Tyson Fury got robbed against Deontay Wilder.
Jeez.
People don't believe that. It's gonna be like, nah, nigga. You must not have seen Pernell Whitaker versus Julio Cesar Chavez.
Yeah. Well, that's like when people call close fights robberies. Motherfucker, no. Let me tell you a robbery, nigga.
Right. That robbery goes down. Now listen, there's been a lot of robberies, right? And we talking about professional and amateur shit. If you look at the amateur ranks, probably the top 4, well, I gotta say, the top 3 robberies of all time are from the amateur ranks. You got Roy Jones Jr. in the Sea Olympics. You got fucking Evander Holyfield. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Floyd Mayweather's robbery, right?
And then Michael Conlan.
Right. That's a good one. Michael Conlan.
That's the most recent one. It's Michael Conlan.
That's the most recent one. That's a good one. But those 4 might be some of the biggest robberies in boxing history. It just depends on, how you feel, what your opinion is. And all of those came from the amateur ranks. Everybody understands that the amateurs, right, I already mentioned that Chris Mayweather's 96 robbery. Yep. Everybody knows that the amateurs is by far the most ridiculously biased, ridiculously put together system, right, there is in any fucking sport. You see what I'm saying? But Whitaker's robbery against Chavez Sr., or at least the robbery, or at least his victimized robbery, right? Because he was the victim of it. That goes up there right with them. Yeah. That's how bad it was, bro. You see what I'm saying? And after I watched that, as a young nigga, from that point forth, I understood, as I said before, that defensive ability is priority number 1. Mm-hmm. Offensive ability is probably priority number 3, because priority number 2, and you can even say this might even be number 1. Defense is number 2. Number 1, I'm gonna switch it. Priority number 1 is your mental mindset. You have to be mentally focused. Priority number 2 is defense. Then priority number 3 would be offense. You see what I'm saying? And as I said on the other podcast, I urge kids who are aspiring to be fighters today to watch a guy like Pernell Whitaker. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to watch a guy, and not shitting on these fighters, but it is what it is. You don't want to watch a guy like Brandon Rios. You don't want to watch a guy like Glenn Tapia. You know what I'm saying? James Kirkland. Ruslan Provodnikov. Denis Shafikov. Right? Guys that put their hands down and run face first into a goddamn punch. That's not what boxing's really all about. Right? But, unfortunately, a lot of these casuals, and pundits too, you can't just say casuals, but a lot of these guys and women idolize the guys that are willing to get their goddamn faces knocked off. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think Arturo Gatti made the Hall of Fame besides the fact that he passed away? It's because he got his face knocked off in every goddamn fight. You see what I'm saying? But in reality, that is not what boxing is really about. Boxing is about hitting and not getting hit.
Hey, man, say that one more time.
Boxing
because that is, people always want to say that, oh, this is boxing, you're supposed to get hit. No. That's not what boxing is about.
Not at all. It's about hit and not get hit. When you get in that ring, the first thing you think is, I got to beat this dude without taking an enormous amount of punishment. Hell, you want to say it without taking any punishment. If you could beat a motherfucker without taking one punch, oh, you would like that better than taking the one punch. You know what I'm saying? Because the one punch could be a knockout blow. One punch can hit you in the wrong spot. You can end up like Pritchard Colon, Nick Blackwell. You see what I'm saying? You can end up like that. So you don't want to go in there and take too many fucking punches. You want to inflict as much damage without being hit. And Pernell Whitaker was that guy, bro. Was that guy. So, you know, life is all about living until you die. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day. That's what happens. We're alive, we're on this earth. Or this flat earth, whatever you guys believe. You know what I'm saying? Whatever these niggas believe. But we're on this plane until it's time to return. Okay?
Yeah.
And while we're on this plane, we try to make the most out of who we are. You see what I'm saying? And once we return, we hope that we leave some type of a legacy, whether it's publicly, whether it's for your family, your kids, your wife, whoever else, that you love and that you cherish. You hope to leave them some type of legacy that they can follow, that they can pass down from generation to generation. I believe Pernell Whitaker did that not only for his family, but he did that for the sport of boxing. 100%.
Man, I agree 100%. You know what else too, though, man? I think that the Oscar De La Hoya fight was the signal for me that being a defensive-minded fighter was dying in the sport of boxing. Oh. You know, and it was such a shame because think of the accomplishments that Pernell Whitaker was able to have, being a defensive-minded fighter, showing that skill. Like, people don't get it and understand. Listen, I'm not saying you don't have to have skill to be an offensive fighter, okay, right? But the thing that coincides with anything you do in any sport, I don't care what fucking sport you play, your defense have to be just as good, if not better, as your fucking offense, right? Whenever you look at teams like you take the 85 Bears, they had a great defense, but their offense was not as good as defense, but it was good enough to where, hey, it complements the defense. Hell, you can look at the motherfucking Baltimore Ravens. The offense was good enough to complement the defense. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Steelers, the Pittsburgh fucking Steelers. Okay? I could go on and on and on. Dallas motherfucking Cowboys, I'm talking the 70s. I ain't talking the 80s. These motherfuckers didn't do shit.
Right. Right. Uh-huh. Right.
Okay? Hell, go to fucking basketball. Okay? Teams, like if you look at what the Toronto Raptors was able to do, because Kawhi Leonard was just as good on defense as the motherfucker was on fucking offense. Exactly. Okay? And back then, you had to be a good two-way player because you was going defense back then, won fucking championships. And people talk about the Lakers being an offensive team, but they had good defense also as well. The same thing with the Celtics, same thing with the Bulls, the same thing with the motherfucking Pistons, all right? Hell, we can even go to baseball. What win games for you in baseball? Pitching, defensive plays, your shortstop, getting the long ball, no mistakes. All right, yeah, you got to have some offense, because you got to put, you got to move the ball, but you also had to have good defense to stop the runners. What Pernell Whitaker was able to do was he was able to transcend that man into boxing at a time that nobody was paying attention to it at all, and he was literally converting defense into fucking offense, but because his defense was so superb, that's what you paid attention to, was just that defense. But if you watch Pernell Whitaker, watch some of the things after he did a defensive move on your ass. You know what I'm saying? For every 3 or 4 defensive move he did, he would do one offensive move, then go back.
Absolutely.
So what he was able to do, man, he transcended the sport of boxing, especially for the lower weight division. And I'm going to say it again, it was at a time, man, when the heavyweight division with Mike Tyson and, like I said, Lennox Lewis, when other guys were being highly celebrated, like you mentioned, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., Mark Breland, who came out, who came out of the Olympics, Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis. You had other divisions and other guys being celebrated. He was able to be a entity within boxing with all of these other great motherfuckers. That alone contributes to the greatness of a motherfucking Pernell Whitaker, man. Think about doing the Floyd Mayweather era. The only motherfucker that got shine was Pacquiao. The only motherfucker that got shine during the Floyd Mayweather era. Okay, hence the reason why we don't have nobody right now we can look at as the multi-superstar except Canelo Alvarez, which is why it's not even close about him being the man of boxing. He's the king. Y'all can say what you want to say. He's the fucking king. Okay, same thing during the Mike Tyson era. You had other stars being built. Oscar De La Hoya, you had other stars being built. The only era I've ever seen where you had no other motherfucking stars being built was the Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao era. And Pernell Whitaker was able to be relevant at a time when you had a bunch of fucking mega stars in a lower weight division, and I ain't seen nothing like that since maybe Carbajal. I ain't seen nobody in the lower weight division, especially down at 122, make noise like that since Carbajal.
Calderon? Ivan Calderon?
No, I think it's no. Yeah, Calderon. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, Calderon, right? Yeah. So, man, I mean, I hate he's going, man, but, oh, man, Pernell Whitaker, and cats only know the fights that he had with Chavez, man, but he had some other great fights. You got to watch him, man.
Yeah, My man Chris M said Kevin Kelly made some noise in the early 90s at 126. I like Kevin Kelly. Yeah, he pissed me off when he fought Prince Nassim Hamed. But other than that,
no, Kevin Kelly pissed me off with when after beating Derek Gainer after he had his eye swollen, he fought Derek Gainer again and was just he was being too much of a nice guy to him.
That's what I was getting ready to say next. The Derek Gainer fights, he was pissing me off in those as well. Yeah, but I mean, you know, it is what it is. Let me go to the chat, man. Let me see what everybody talking about real quick. Somebody said something. I think it was Virtuoso. Yeah, he said convert defense to offense. I want to add to that. Pernell Whitaker is probably one of the best all time that was able to convert defense to offense. You see what I'm saying? To be able to transition from being completely defensive and then have a spurt of an offensive attack out of a defensive shell. He's probably one of the best to ever do that.
And mind you, Pernell Whitaker also was doing this when it wasn't great to be a left-hand fighter. Like catchers avoiding left-hand fighters like the plague.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. Lord Zosha said Sugar Ray Robinson. I agree with that. Homicide Hank was good with that too. You know what I'm saying? The thing is with those guys, well, not Sugar Ray, but Homicide Hank, sometimes he would get stuck in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Pernell Whitaker had an excellent ability to evade, even though he's standing right in front of you. Perfect example of that was when he fought Oscar De La Hoya. And De La Hoya sitting there, this nigga Pernell. Bro, and he missed like 15 straight punches, bro. He didn't hit him not one time. You know what I'm saying? Bro, that shit is unheard of, B. You know what I'm saying? Homicide Hank and Sugar Ray Robinson didn't have that kind of ability after mounting an offense. They couldn't do that, bro. They couldn't even do that even if they didn't have an offense. They were defensive. They couldn't do it to that degree. They couldn't do it to that degree. Floyd Mayweather couldn't do it to that degree, man.
Pernell would literally go to the corner and be on the road.
Bro.
He beat the corner.
Bro, see, I remember the De La Hoya fight too, because when he did that and then the bell rang and he kept dancing and shit, I was like, yeah, nigga, yeah. See, I was like, at that time I was a teenager, so I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, jumping up and down and shit. But I mean, just there's like you said, there's so many moments, and what people don't understand is I don't think people remember this. When Oscar De La Hoya fought Pernell Whitaker, the motherfucker was 22 years old. He hadn't turned 23 yet. Pernell Whitaker was 32. And he hadn't turned 33 yet. You know what I'm saying? So, this motherfucker had like a 9 to 10 year fucking age advantage. Oscar De La Hoya did. And he still lost that fight. Pernell Whitaker was well past I wouldn't say well past his prime, but he was past his prime. You see what I'm saying? This wasn't the fucking Pernell Whitaker that beat the fuck out of Buddy McGirt.
No shit.
You know what I'm saying? This wasn't the same Pernell Whitaker.
Rafael Pineda.
Jose Luis Ramirez. He fought him twice, I believe, right? Yeah. You know, he wasn't that Pernell Whitaker, bro. This is the old man Whitaker. This is the 2K Whitaker. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm only 2 years older than that Pernell Whitaker. You know what I'm saying? And he still beat Oscar De La Hoya. Now, he lost to Felix Trinidad. But he gave Felix Trinidad trouble in that fight. And I think that fight was like a year or two later. You see what I'm saying? So, I'm saying, man, like, this motherfucker was not just... I just hate these here and now niggas, man. I can't stand it, bro. Because what's become popular in this day and age is fuck the history. It's all about what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the history. It's all about what's going on right now. I remember talking to a nigga. I was like, hey, man. Basketball related, of course. I was like, hey, man. Shit, one of the best little men besides Nate Archibald was Calvin James. You know what I'm saying? Houston Rockets point guard. Right? I said, he's probably one of the best little men that nobody ever talks about. Oh, man, fuck that nigga. And fuck Nate Robinson. I don't even know them. I mean, not Nate Robinson. Nate Archibald. Fuck all them niggas. I don't even know them niggas, man. Right now, it's all about Derrick Rose. Back then, it was like, Yeah, that was like 2006, bro. That was like 2006. That was like 13 years ago. But the era that we're in now, it was transitioning at 2006 into what the fuck we're in right now. You see what I'm saying? He was like, not 2006, I'm sorry, it was 2011. I'm sorry about that. 2011. It's all about Derrick Rose. Calvin Murphy, thank you, Lawrence Williams. I said Calvin James. Calvin Murphy. And it's all about fuck the history. I told him, I said, man, Rajon Rondo's a better pure point guard than Derrick Rose. Yes, nigga, Derrick Rose, nigga, 30 points a game, nigga, fuck that shit, nigga. I'm like, bro, he's a better pure point guard. He's getting triple doubles like I fuck hoes, nigga, at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, at the end of the day, you can't talk to these little niggas because they don't care about the history. You see what I'm saying? Now, that is the problem in boxing as well. A lot of these guys don't care about what happened before. That's why you got dumb niggas walking around here saying Deontay Wilder knocks out Muhammad Ali. You got dumb niggas out here. You got dumb niggas out here saying
GGG knocks out Marvin Hagler.
Triple G knocks out Marvin Hagler and Carlos Monzon. Oh. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got that shit, bro. Because they don't care about the history. A lot of them are just saying it because they out of their minds, you know what I'm saying? They bugged out and shit, you know? They've been sniffing that goddamn Brooke Shields. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of them niggas say that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers be at the crib with that Jane Fonda on that glass plate. You know what I'm saying? That's the fucking problem right there. In reality. But that's the problem, though, man. At the end of the day, a lot of cats don't care about the history. And that's what I'm saying. I urge the young guys and women to watch Pernell Whitaker because you will learn a lot about both facets. Actually, all three facets. Mental, defense, and offense, man. You know what I'm saying? The three most important assets. In that fucking order. Mental, defense, and offense. You will learn about all of them if you watch Pernell Whitaker. I'm just saying. Let me go to the chat, man. Let me go to the chat. My man BFTB Boxing is in the building. What's good, family?
It's good.
Let's see what we got, man. Where I want to start at, man. Where we gonna start at? I'm gonna start at Lazo. He said, think about a coke up Sweet Pea made a prime De La Hoya miss all night, but a prime Floyd got tagged by an old De La Hoya. Sweet Pea wasn't a real throwback. What do you think about that, Bo? Is that a credible statement? Do I need to read it? Do I need to read it again?
Yeah, read that one more time.
He's basically saying, and I'll summarize. He said, you got to understand that a old Sweet Pea was making a young Oscar De La Hoya miss while an older Oscar De La Hoya was tagging up Floyd Mayweather. What do you think about that, man?
That's actually a very true statement. And the reason being it was Floyd Mayweather defense was different than Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea used his feet. Floyd Mayweather used more of a, it wasn't exactly the shoulder roll, but it was his version of that. Right. And, you know, that's the reason why he was like Sweet Pea would move his feet. Moving your feet and taking the angles and sidestepping, that's better from a defensive standpoint because what you do is when you move your feet, you change the angle and you make the fighter change the angle. When you just shoulder rolling and doing this, you're not changing the angle for the fighter, so you're not giving him nothing to think about or to pause. You're just doing this. When you're moving your feet, you're causing this guy to pause because he's like, he'll jab and you'll move and he has to pause to figure out what to do next. So no, that's a good statement and it's an accurate one. But also Floyd also was more into staying in the pocket so he can shoulder roll and then land you with that short right hand. To where when Pernell Whitaker would use his feet to position himself at the angle to hit you with the blinding left hand. That's what he did with Hurtado. He shifted, boom, and caught him with the left, you know. But no, that's a very accurate statement. I had no problem with that.
My man BFT Boxer put $2 on it. Appreciate you, big dog. He said, I love this shit. He said ish, but I'll just say the word shit. Cook Kings rip. Sweet Pea. Well, we can't cook, my man, Sweet Pea. We're going to cook after this, though. Stay tuned, brother. Stay tuned. All right, sir. My man Lawrence Williams. And Lawrence Williams is a bad motherfucker, by the way, man. I've been reading. You know, guys, I read a lot of your comments. As they come in, I can read them and shit while Bo's talking, while I'm talking. I'm good at being able to do 2 and 3 things at one time. Man, this cat Lawrence Williams knows his shit, bro. I'm gonna read his shit. He says Sweet Pea used to walk down a lot of fighters. I remember him walking down the Cuban after losing that fight to stop dude in the 12th to save the De La Hoya fight. And that's exactly what Bo talked about. In the 11th. Okay. And that's what
I know that. Hey, if that's one thing fight I know how it ended, it was that one guy.
Well, yeah, because Bo.
Yeah, go Cuban. What's that?
Hey, you was speaking Spanish that whole fight too, wasn't you, nigga?
My mother's side of the family sent me out the house. They didn't want me in the house.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, but no, yeah, Bo went over that fight earlier in the podcast. You're absolutely right, man. That was an excellent comeback win. And that's a testament to how, as we talked about earlier, Pernell Whitaker also had an excellent offense. You know what I'm saying? Along to go with his defense. My man Virtuoso said Whitaker's defense implemented the idea that the aggressor was losing because of failure to land punches. The most elusive fighter I have ever seen. Half technician, half magician. Excellent comment. I agree 1,000% about that one, man. All right. See, let me go a little bit closer. Man. My man BFT Boxer said the law ain't no punk. That's a pure, knowledgeable dude. Yeah. Lawrence, man. That motherfucker nice, man. He said something else. He said, I watch an old fighter once a week. I was on Tim Austin this week until I heard the news about Sweet Pea. Now it's all Sweet Pea. Absolutely. You got to make that transition now, dog. You know what I'm saying? One thing I want you to watch another guy, Lawrence. This is another guy that was a very good defensive fighter. And not only was he good defensively, what made him so special was that this nigga's vision was bad. Gypsy Joe Harris.
Yeah.
Go check him out, man. Gypsy Joe Harris. Another underrated fighter in boxing history. He beat Emil Griffith. Emil Griffith is in the Hall of Fame. And like I said, what made him so special is that this motherfucker didn't have all of his eyesight. And that's ultimately the reason why he had to leave boxing. Is because they found out the nigga was legally blind in one eye. So they say, hey, man, you can't fight. And they took his dreams away from him, even though this was a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Check him out, man.
Can I read a comment?
Hold on. Check him out. That's everybody. Check out Gypsy Joe Harris, man. What are we going to say, man?
I want to read a comment, man. Chris M. He said, boy, I got to disagree. Mayweather was better defensively and better counterpunching versus De La Hoya than Whitaker. Well, I never said anything about Whitaker counterpunching De La Hoya, but no, he was not better defensively against De La Hoya than Whitaker. I disagree with that. But the one that got me was also like you said, the blinding left counters. Whitaker missed a lot of those left counters versus De La Hoya. I said he would use the left to sidestep. Using your feet were better with defense than the shoulder roll. I said because Whitaker would like to use his feet to get you out of angle to hit you with the left, right? So I don't know what all you heard, man. You may have want to go back and listen, but
nah, that's all right.
Yeah. What do you think, man? Do you think Mayweather was better defensively than Whitaker was against De La Hoya?
No. I'm sorry. Mayweather was better defensively. Yes. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was thinking of the question rephrased a different way. Yes, in my opinion, he was, simply because I think Pernell Whitaker, aside from, evading those shots, that beautiful fucking scene that we saw. I don't remember what round that was, but aside from evading those 9 punches that he evaded, the jab was giving him trouble throughout the fight. You know what I'm saying? And that was what De La Hoya was good at. He had an excellent fucking jab. De La Hoya's positioning was giving Pernell Whitaker a little bit of trouble too. But I still felt that Pernell Whitaker won that fight. He did enough to win that fight. Floyd Mayweather actually evaded a lot of the shots and blocked a lot of the shots while Oscar De La Hoya was going full rampage mode. Oscar was doing that with the nigga on the ropes, and he still couldn't hit him flush. You see what I'm saying? So,
right.
In my opinion, I believe Floyd was a bit more defensively sound against Oscar De La Hoya, given the scenario. You see what I'm saying? What I will say is this: when Oscar De La Hoya boxed, he was getting the better of Floyd because of the jab. And I tell niggas this all the time, because motherfuckers like to say Floyd Mayweather was invincible, never had any flaws. His biggest flaw was a fighter with hand speed and a fucking jab. if you had a good jab against Floyd, you can set the pace. Look at Zab Judah. The first 4 rounds of that fight was probably the most decisive first 4 rounds I ever seen anybody get against Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? I think Mayweather actually won the 3rd round. So rounds 1, 2, and 4. And I think round 4 was when Floyd stepped in. That nigga Zab Judah sidestepped, hit him with that left hook counter, and that sent that nigga Floyd reeling all the way back across the ring when his glove touched the canvas, and they didn't call it a knockdown.
I agree with that.
The hand speed and the jab, bro, that was Floyd's kryptonite. Hell, even Marcos Maidana's jab was giving him trouble, and he just learned how to use that bitch. He just learned it when he got with Robert Garcia. He just learned it. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, though, like I said, the game plan that Oscar employed, I got to say Floyd was more defensive given the situation. He was completely mauled, and he still evaded those shots. That's why I got to go with Floyd now.
Hey, Lloyd, the reason why Oscar stopped using the jab, and Oscar said it, Floyd had fucked with him so hard and got his head so hard, Oscar wanted to lay hands on him. So he abandoned the jab. He just wanted to touch him. And that's that. He talks about that. He wanted to knock Floyd out, and that's why he abandoned the jab.
Exactly. All right, man, let's go ahead and move on, man. But I wanna offer on behalf of 3kingsboxing.com, our deepest condolences to the family of Pernell Whitaker. Gone too soon. He was only 55 years old. I mean, he was younger than both of my parents, man. You know what I'm saying? Gone way too soon. And like I said, when I saw that, I was like, damn, man, it really hit home. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, my parents is getting old. You know what I'm saying? I had to call my mom and shit. Like, Mom, you all right? You know what I'm saying? Called the pops. Hey, man, you all right? You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
my mom hit me up, man.
Yeah, man, it hits home when guys pass that early, and given a situation, being struck by a vehicle, man, that means you got to understand anything can happen. You can be here today, gone tomorrow, man. Wow. That's exactly what happened, man. So our deepest condolences to the family of Pernell Whitaker on behalf of 3 Kings Boxing, man. All right, man, let's move on to the next one. Bo, what you got for me, dog?
All right, so former undisputed heavyweight champion, the monster from Catskill, New York, Mike motherfucking Tyson, told Anthony Joshua that you got any pride left, nigga? I mean, this is this is adversity right here. You got to come above this. You
sound
can't.
Like a white boy. You don't sound like Mike. You sound like a white boy. You gotta talk like this.
You punch his nose up through his brain and lights out.
It's ludicrous. It's just ludicrous. Anthony Joshua, he's ludicrous.
Listen, man, Mike Tyson is basically telling Anthony Joshua, hey, man, this is adversity you're going through right now. Man the fuck up. This is adversity. This is adversity. What you going to do? You're going to man the fuck. And Mike Tyson's absolutely right. Listen, if Anthony Joshua loses a second time, the funny thing is we live in a world today where people sort of give you a pass for when you're that favorite fighter. Like when you're that favorite fighter and you're that dude, like the business of boxing will give you a pass for when you take that L to somebody that you clearly fucking should have beat with all the advantages that you have. Like when a motherfucker gets up off, now I don't ever remember this when I was watching boxing, okay? Ever remember this when I was watching boxing. When Hakeem Rotman knocked out Lennox Lewis, nobody gave Lewis a pass. Why? Because that Tyson fight was on the line. That's why Lewis was adamant about having that fucking rematch. So much so he took Rodman to court and said, motherfucker, I got a rematch clause, bitch. Shit, you fucking with my livelihood here. God damn it. Okay. Shit. Yeah. Yep. So he loses, and if he loses a second time or even looks bad, all right, it's not a good look for Anthony Joshua. And I don't care about Joshua being quiet and everything like that, but Mike Tyson's absolutely right. If you had mental issues or if you had mental lapses, leading up to a fight, for whatever fucking reason it is, when this was an easy fight, you knocked the dude down and let him get up and finish you off. Yes, this is adversity, because when you lose that second time, man, it's going to be real hard for you to rebound from 2 losses to a dude that you should have freaking beaten. You think I'm lying? Ask Vernon Forrest with the 2 losses he had to Ricardo Mayorga.
I agree.
Ask him. It was hard for him to bounce back from that. Hell, why do you think, even Fernando Vargas, even though he had already said it was his last fight, but even Fernando Vargas, when he lost to Ricardo Mayorga, he said, when they asked him, do you think he might, he said, nope, I know I'm done.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, the same reason why James DeGale, after using the Chris Eubanks, I'm out. I'm motherfucking out.
Exactly.
Motherfucking out. I should not have lost to this one. I'm a former Olympic champion, 2-time. I'm the fuck out. I should not have lost to that motherfucker. Yep. Right? So, yeah, man. Tyson's absolutely right, man. And I know people don't want to hear it. It's do or die for Anthony Joshua right here, because if he loses, outside of the fact that the biggest fight that was supposed to be made, which was Joshua versus Wilder, even if Joshua wins, but he doesn't look good winning, that fight still is not going to be worth what it should be if he goes out and had a dominating performance. Like, he has to go out and prove it was really a fluke. And Tyson would know something about this, because for whatever reason, Tyson never got a chance to rematch Buster Douglas. That rematch never happened. So he never got a chance to right that wrong. So he understands what's going on right here, man. What do you think, man?
Well, yeah, as I was reading the article, you know what I'm saying? Well, I was editing the article. I forgot who wrote this shit, man. I think it was Bakari, my man Cheetahhead. I think it was him.
Right. No, it was Cheetahhead. You're right. Yep.
While I was editing it, that's the first thing that came to my mind, was that he was trying to let Anthony Joshua know that he had to overcome losing to Buster Douglas the way that he did. You know, Mike Tyson was on top of the world. He was the undisputed champion, the undisputed heavyweight champion. That is the biggest accolade in boxing. What's bigger than that, Bo? What's bigger than that?
Nothing.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, as the undisputed,
you can fuck the world's finest bitch. It ain't better than that.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. As the undisputed heavyweight champion, he went out there and lost a tune-up fight. You see what I'm saying? So, he understands the kind of adversity that he had to overcome. On top of that, right after that, I think he fought who did he fight after that, dog? He had like a fight or two after that. Then he went to prison. Who did he fight, though? I can't remember who he fought.
I remember he fought Razor Ruddock. One of the fights was Razor Ruddock.
Was Razor Ruddock one of those fights?
Razor Ruddock was one of those fights.
I wasn't sure if that was one. It was after or before. Okay. Well,
and mind you, Tyson was having sex before the fight too with Douglas.
Yeah, he sure was. He was fucking them bitches in Japan. Yeah, that's when actually. That's when he was talking about how he had orgies and shit in Japan. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about that. Chris M said Ruddock was it 2 fights before he went to prison? No, I can't remember.
Yeah, no, those 2 fights was before he went to prison.
All right, bet. So right after that, he goes to prison over a lying ass bitch. Gets out of prison. There's a rumor that he got knocked out in prison. That's where that movie Undisputed came from with Wesley Snipes and what's my man's name that was in Baby Boy? I can't think of his name. Ving Rhames. That's where that movie Undisputed came from. It was the rumor that Mike Tyson got knocked out in prison. All right. Got to go through that adversity. Right? Comes out of prison. Motherfuckers didn't think he still had it. Had to overcome that adversity. Fought Peter McNeely. Right? So then he gets into a jam with Don King. Money issues. He understood that the fight against that's the one, Chris M, that was based off of Mike Tyson getting knocked out. It was the very first Undisputed. The other 2 was with Michael Jai White. Those ain't had nothing to do with boxing. He was kicking niggas in the face in those movies. Even though they were the shit, he was kicking niggas in the face. It had nothing to do with it. But anyway, you know, he had to overcome adversity again because he was in a jam with Don King. He was in a contract he wanted to get out of. He understood that the fight with why am I drawing blanks, man? The motherfucker that he fought before Evander Holyfield the first time. It was Bruce Seldon. Drawing blanks, man. The fight with Bruce Seldon. He knew that was fixed. He knew it was fixed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he understood that Don King fixed it so he could have a Evander Holyfield fight that they were supposed to have in 1990. So he had to overcome that adversity. Loses to Evander Holyfield the first time. Had to overcome that adversity. He's still the top man. Everybody's still talking about Iron Mike Tyson, even though George Foreman did what he did at that time. They still talking about Iron Mike Tyson, right? Comes back, fights Evander again. The nigga can't control himself. You're getting headbutted all over the place. Bites the nigga's ear twice. You know what I'm saying? Has overcome that adversity. Gets in some more trouble. Gets into debt with Don King, right? You know, couple fights later, Clifford Etienne and Francis Botha. Couple fights later.
Lou Severoy or something. When he fight Lou Severoy.
Couple fights.
Lou Severoy.
I'm trying to skip them. Couple fights later, he gets into it with Danny Williams. then we start talking about the big Irish motherfucking Kevin McBride. You know what I'm saying?
Kevin McBride.
There was a bunch of adversity in a quick summary that I just did that he had to go through that he could speak on and let Anthony Joshua know, hey man, I was that guy that didn't have the mental fortitude at times. And at other times I did. So this is what you need to do. If I'm Anthony Joshua, I listen.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? You don't take it as you know, as negative criticism. Take it as constructive criticism. You see what I'm saying? Listen, bro. Look, Anthony Joshua's already on his shit right now. He's posting all these goddamn training videos all over the place. You know what I'm saying? He wants everybody to know that he's still on top, or he thinks he's still on top. He wants everybody to know that he's taking this training camp seriously. He wants everybody to know that he fully intends to get his belts back in the same place he lost them, against the same fighter, right? He wants everybody to know this. And the reason why he's going these links is because of how he told us prior to the fight. It was like a week before the fight, how his mental stability is not one that he would have wanted it at that point before the fight. You see what I'm saying? So now he's like, no, guys, I'm okay now. I'm really okay now. That's what he's doing. So Mike Tyson's just basically like, hey man, just chill out. Just understand the basics. Understand that you fully got to be ready. You can't psych yourself out into being ready. You got to be ready. You see what I'm saying? And then Mike Tyson started getting into some other shit. Summon the spirits and the ancestors on some satanic shit. I don't know what the fuck this nigga talking about. That's above my knowledge process, nigga. I'm not in the industry. I don't fuck with the Satanism and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't be motherfucking. You know what I'm saying? I don't be asking for the spirits to rise, nigga. I don't do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I just go take care of business, bro.
I used to date a Haitian girl, so.
Right, I look.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Look, I take care of business with a clear mind and an alpha male mentality. That's what the fuck I do. I don't need no ancestral spirits, nigga. Don't need that. You know what I'm saying? My man Red was dating a chick from Africa that did voodoo and shit, man.
Yeah.
And she was telling me all this story and shit. These stories about niggas turning into snakes and shit. And I'm looking at her like. I'm kind of looking at her like, man, get the fuck out of here with this shit.
Hey, man, hold on, dog. Wait a minute. I got to tell you this story, dog. I'm not going to say his name because I ain't going to put his business out there, right? But I had a dude, right? Every time I saw a dude, he always had a fine motherfucker, right? He was dating this African chick. And she was the ugliest motherfucker dog.
That's the same, bro. That is the same shit. That's the same shit with Red. This chick was the ugliest bitch.
She was so ugly. Yeah. Even with that big old ass, I would not have hit. Now that's saying something for me.
Yep.
Okay? That's saying something. Even with that big ass she had, I would not hit. She was that ugly. Okay? Dog, she was more uglier than the beef jerky bitch I was fucking with.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
But you know what? One day we went over there, come on. I called my boy. I said, what you doing? I'm on my way home. He's all right, man. We going to go over there. We going to wait on you. We get over there. Like you said, she was in all that voodoo. I'm in there. I saw the kitchen light flickering on and off. So what the fuck? I walked to the kitchen light. Dog, the kitchen light flickering on and off. She had candles going and she was squatting over the pot. I said, oh, hell no. Hell no.
Oh.
Fuck that. Hell no.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Listen, man. It's all them voodoo bitches. I don't know, man. Like, maybe it's just Red and your boy. You know what I'm saying? But
Man.
them bitches is fugly. You know what I'm saying? I was like, Red, nigga, you fucking this ugly bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my wife was like, Red, what are you doing?
No, hold on. You got to really listen. Y'all don't understand. You got to really go far to hear that.
Yeah. Real talk. But at the end of the day, though, man, like I said, Anthony Joshua just needs to listen, man. I think he has a very good chance of beating Andy Ruiz because the game plan is easy. Stay on the outside jab. When he overcompensates, throw the straight right hand. If you miss it because he dodges it with somewhat of a head movement, then just move out the fucking way, stay on the outside. If he tries to counter you, stay on the outside. You got an 8-inch reach advantage. The motherfucker's not going to hit you, bro. So that's what he needs to do, man. What you dying off of? What happened? Oh, yeah. I said, are you going half Eddie? I want half Eddie.
I want half Eddie.
Hey, hold on.
With the fucking man.
For you young niggas out there, you probably have no idea what we talking about, man. Which one was that, Delirious or Raw?
Delirious. That was Delirious.
All right, yeah. Young niggas don't know what we talking about, man. Nah, but that's all he really got to do at the end of the day. And like Mike Tyson said, what will lead him to victory is the mindset. And that's it. The mindset will keep him executing the correct game plan for 12 rounds or however long it lasts. So it is what it is. I agree 100%. All right, man, we're going to move on to the next one. This is one that I actually put in there myself because I'm kind of curious. I was asked this question on Twitter earlier today. And that was, the guy, wait, let me say this. He didn't even fucking ask me a question, bro. He tagged me and said, this is what it is. He said, I get the feeling that Josh Warrington is ducking Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? And he said some extra shit, but I don't remember what he said. But that's the point. And I had to come back and say, nah, man, he's not ducking Shakur Stevenson. You got to understand this, bro. Josh Warrington is the IBF champion, right? He had to beat Lee Selby to get it, right? He had to defend against Carl Frampton right after that. Then he had to fight his fucking mandatory in the toughest fight of his career, actually, if you watch the fight, against Kid Galahad. Which, sure, if you know boxing, you knew Kid Galahad was going to be a tough fucking mandatory. It wasn't going to be a walk in the park, if you know boxing. And to be quite honest with you, a lot of cats thought he lost that fight. I think he won by like majority of split decision. I can't remember. But he was in his hometown for that fight. And that could have been the difference. You know what I'm saying? So Josh Warrington right now, bro, is like, I want a unification. If y'all got me fighting all these killers, nigga, why the fuck do I gotta fight another killer that ain't got no belt? Give me a killer that's got a belt so I can fucking become a unified champion. Hey, bro, I agree with Josh Warrington, man. If I'm Josh Warrington, and a lot of niggas like, oh, this nigga Josh Warrington, oh, you hoe ass nigga, oh. Calm down. Use common sense. If I'm Josh Warrington, bro, I'm not fighting Shakur Stevenson either. And the reason being is not because I'm afraid or because this nigga has a style that where Kid Galahad was fucking up, Shakur Stevenson will be able to exploit. No. It's because I've already been through the gauntlet. So give me a unification now. You know what I'm saying? Oscar Valdez, Gary Russell, or fucking Leo Santa Cruz. I want a unification. I've already proven myself. Nigga, I got stripes. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I went to the goddamn trenches. I was in the trenches. I went to war, bro. Nigga, I was in Vietnam, Russia, and Poland, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
That's some good shit.
Yeah, I ain't trying to get back in another war with a motherfucker that ain't got nothing to offer me. Now it's about offering me something. Nigga, if you want me to go back to war, I agree 1,000,000% with Josh Warrington, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but here's the kicker. If you look at the IBF rankings, there's no number 1. There's no number 2. But there is a number 3. And that number 3 is, you guessed it, Shakur Stevenson.
Shakur Stevenson.
So what can happen here is this. Josh Warrington has X amount of time to defend his title against a sanctioned opponent by the IBF, right?
Yeah.
So what he's going to try to do is he's going to try to get a unification with either Valdez. He wants Valdez, by the way. He wants Oscar Valdez.
Mm-hmm.
But with either Valdez, Leo Santa Cruz, or Gary Russell. You see what I'm saying? So he's going to try to get that unification. If he can't get that unification, then he's probably going to try to fight somebody else that's ranked in the top 15. Now, by the IBF rules, they should sanction that bout if he can find somebody who's ranked in the top 15. But the IBF can do what the fuck they want. They can be like, nah, mandating Shakur Stevenson. They can do that. And he will be forced to go through the gauntlet one last time before he gets to a unification. And that's the issue here. And that's what I want people to understand. He's not ducking this guy, right? He's just like, nigga, I fought 3 hard-ass fucking fights. If you give me another hard fight, it's got to be for a belt so I can get 2 belts. But he's got to be aware that the IBF can definitely mandate Shakur Stevenson. What do you think about that shit, man?
Let me ask you this one question because he just fight Galahad. So does he have a year? Doesn't he have a year before he has to fight Amando? Or?
Here's the thing. Right. But here's the stipulation. The IBF has to sanction whoever he picks.
Oh, so whoever he picks next, they have to sanction the fight.
Exactly. If they don't,
okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you can't just say, "Hey, give me that nigga, Bobo Jones over there, ranked number 62 for the IBF title." You can try it. The sanctioning body can be like, "All right, we'll sanction it," but this is the IBF we're talking about. They're like, "Man, get that shit out of here." They the same motherfuckers that wouldn't let Gennady Golovkin fight Vanez Martirosyan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shit. Vanez Martirosyan and I believe it was Kell Brook.
I'm not sure about that one, but I know Vanez Martirosyan for sure. You know what I'm saying? And that's when they stripped him. And that's when Derevyanchenko and Daniel Jacobs fought for the vacant title. You see what I'm saying?
No, Kell Brook was one. I remember that because I had arguments with Katz because Katz was tripping on how when Ward wanted to fight that one guy from he was moving his one dude up. And
Alexander
that actually
Brand.
stopped, right, and they actually stopped the fight. And the guys, and I was like, yo, they, what you call IBF said, we ain't gonna put our title on the line. And he was saying what the difference was, one fight went on and one fight didn't go on. And, all right, man, whatever. I remember that.
Right, okay. So Kell Brook and Vanez Martirosyan, right? So they could do the same thing here. Nah, we don't want you to fight that fight. You see what I'm saying? And they love the mandate. You're right, he has a year, but they have to sanction whoever he picks. That's the kicker. And that's the loophole for the IBF, in favor of the IBF. Hell, that's a loophole in favor of all 4 sanctioning bodies. You see what I'm saying? But the IBF is the one that's always trying to mandate some fucking body. Nigga, I'm probably going to get mandated soon here. You know what I'm saying?
No shit.
They probably going to mandate my ass soon, dog. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the type of shit. But what do you think about this, man? Do you think, I guess the question would be, do you believe with Josh Warrington's statement of go get a belt first, right? In response to Shakur Stevenson calling him out 4 times, bro. Not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 times. Do you think he's ducking him? Or does he have credibility in his statement?
He has a lot of credibility in his statement, and here's the reason why, okay? My man Chris M already mentioned Lomachenko and what he's doing to Teofimo Lopez, which he's right, but I'm going to give you another.
Absolutely.
It was the same reason why when coming up with Earl Spence, both Sean Porter and Keith Thurman at that time was like, nah, man, we not looking at that because, we're trying to grab titles. Floyd is gone now. Belt is up for grabs. We trying to grab titles and do unification matches up, all right? That's why as soon as Earl got one, Sean Porter's like, all right, let's go. Let's go, dog.
Yeah, right.
Okay? Hey, you know what? Let's do this, right? Then on top of that, Josh Warrington is also looking at something else. He's looking at the WBO rankings. He's looking at the WBA rankings. And you know who's high in both of those rankings?
Who's that?
I think he's number 1 at the WBO.
Yes, sir.
Shakur Stevenson. He's number
1 at the WBO and the WBA.
Okay, WBO and WBA, right? Who's right there? Shakur Stevenson. So his thing is, hey man, go get a belt. Shit, like you said, let me get a sanctioned fight against somebody. Then motherfucker, I'll look your way. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Okay? And I totally agree with him on that because, listen, man, here's the reality, dog. It's all about checks. It's all about papers. It's all about getting money, right? What's worth more money to you if you're a champion? A unification matchup. That's always going to get you more motherfucking money.
Yep.
Right? Because it's 2 belts on the line. Like, we could sit here and we can say, oh, man, that's fucked up. He said, understand, man, outside the fact that, see, today's fighters, it ain't like back it is in the day. Today's fighters gotta be somewhat businessman to be smart. Why? Because, motherfuckers don't give a fuck about them. But like you said, hey, if it's up to everybody, he'd be fighting a 4th tough ass fighter, Shakur goddamn Stevenson.
Right.
So he's like, wait a minute, man. I already got, I defended this motherfucker. I fought Shelby, beat him, right? Then I finally got ASAP money when I fought motherfucking Carl Frampton. It was a good payday. Cool. Then I had a mandatory that I had to fight. All right, hold on, man. Whoa. Dude, you number 1 in the WBO and number 1 in the WBA. Snatch one of them motherfuckers, then holler at your boy. Shit. That way we all can make some money here. You can make more money. I can make more motherfucking money. Because it'll be a unification matchup. We can have it right over here in the UK where it'll be worth more motherfucking money. Or we can have it over there. It'll be on ESPN where everybody will see it and it'll make you a star, it'll make me a star, whatever the case will be. We'll both be relevant, make big motherfucking dollars. Let's do that way. And he's absolutely motherfucking correct with that. So I get what you're saying. He's not ducking him. He's just saying, hey, man, listen, man, go get a belt. Go get a belt. Then we can talk because, like you said, he went through a series. Like, if you look at his last 3 fights, Josh Warrington's last 3 fights, nobody in boxing in the last maybe 2 years had to go through a gauntlet like that. Now, you might, I can't think of one right now. Y'all might know one. But I don't think of, maybe at one point Keith Thurman was doing it when he fought Robert Guerrero, Garcia, and Sean.
Robert Guerrero was shot at the time.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so Porter and motherfucking Danny Garcia, right? But outside of that, man, nobody's going through a gauntlet like that in the last 2 years that I can remember of what he went through. You're talking Lee Shelby, tough ass motherfucking fight, long time fucking champion. Yep. Then he fought Carl Frampton, another tough ass fight. Okay. Then Kit Galahad, by far his toughest fucking matchup in a fight that I actually thought he kind of lost, but I was okay with the decision. Now you're talking about a Shakur Stevenson who just came off the performance we saw. He said, listen, man, y'all want me to go through that right there? Had this motherfucker get a belt, then had this motherfucker talk to me. And if y'all think I'm bullshitting, we're seeing it happen right now at the fucking middleweight division. Motherfuckers is grabbing belts hoping that they get picked to fight the top motherfucking middleweight because that's what they feel is worth getting him over there. That's the reason why he fought. He didn't fight Daniel Jacobs as soon as he got to the zone. When Daniel Jacobs grabbed that IBF belt, yo, come here, I want that. That's exactly how that shit went down. Yeah. So ain't nothing wrong with what he's doing, man.
Yeah, very good assessment. And the funny thing is, I'll add to that real quick before we move along. Shakur Stevenson, we published an article on it, and he basically said this was had to be a few weeks ago. This was definitely. It had to be about a month ago, actually, man. He said that he wanted Oscar Valdez's belt first, and then he wanted to unify against Josh Warrington. So he kind of switched up the call-out a month ago. You know what I'm saying? And that makes more sense because Oscar Valdez is the what? We Back Bob organization champion. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's easier for him to go for Oscar Valdez, defeat Oscar Valdez. In my opinion, Oscar Valdez is the weakest champion in the division, in my opinion. I think stylistically, Shakur Stevenson dog walks the shit out of Oscar Valdez, takes his belt, and then that leaves him open for what Josh Warrington told him he should do, is to get a belt, he can get that unification. You see what I'm saying? And it makes it easy to make that fight because Josh Warrington is with Frank Warren. Frank Warren has the deal with ESPN and Top Rank. Easy work. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Leo Santa Cruz is PBC. Gary Russell is half PBC, half not. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck he is. He's a free agent, but he still fucks with PBC on a fight-to-fight basis. That's Gary Russell. And the nigga fights half a fight a year, so whatever. The point is, it's easier for Josh Warrington. You know what I'm saying? At that point in time, if he gets the Oscar Valdez belt. Now, what I think happens is, I think Oscar Valdez ends up leaving the division because he talked about that already. He said he wanted to move up. I think that belt gets vacated, and Shakur Stevenson will fight for the vacant belt against whoever the number 2 ranked opponent is whenever that belt becomes vacant in the
I
WBO.
agree with that.
That's what I think is going to happen. I don't think Valdez is going to fight Shakur Stevenson anytime soon.
I agree with that. I agree with that because Bob Arum knows you can move him up. What you got going on at 130, he needs some. You got Teofimo Lopez, but he needs some more fighters up there at that division.
Yeah.
So I definitely see him telling moving Oscar Valdez up, and being like, "Yo, man, we just gonna bump you up to 130, so we have some more competition up there in that division." So I agree with that.
100%. All right, man. Moving along. Let me say one thing first, though. My man Heisenberg. Actually, I gotta say, he put $5 on it. Shout out to my man Heisenberg. He said, "Did you see Shakur Stevenson's tweet about Yoet Gonzalez?" Now, I didn't see Shakur Stevenson's tweet, but I saw Jojo Diaz's. And the reason why Shakur and Jojo Diaz are going at Yoet Gonzalez is because he called them out after he defeated that Avila cat. I can't remember his first name, but journeyman nigga. You know what I'm saying? Defeated him this weekend on the top ranked card. It was on the undercard of Shakur Stevenson's fight.
Mm-hmm.
He called out Jojo Diaz and Shakur Stevenson. Said he want that fight next. Well, Shakur and Jojo Diaz are friends. And they're going at Yoet Gonzalez. The only thing I did see, though, is Jojo Diaz called that motherfucker potato bug. he called, and I get to looking at him, dog. I'm like, he does look like one. I'm looking at him, bro. He look like one.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up, man.
But that's all I see, man. All right, Bo, what you got for me next, dog?
All right, man. Okay, y'all. Check this out. Breaking news, big news. This is something we need to pay attention to. One of boxing's biggest stars, one of the most influential fighters in the history of the sport, one of the most talented, most awesomest, quickest hand speed, the possibly next Floyd Mayweather of boxing is gonna be making a return. Okay? Ohio, stand up, raise the building for AB. AB, the most influential motherfucker that there is in boxing on social fucking media and only social fucking media.
Hey, Cheetah Head happy than a bitch right now, bro. He happy. Ohio, stand up.
Adrien goddamn Broner is still fucking fighting.
Oh, yo, he's doing it for the hood. Alien booties. Ashy boogers.
This type of shit don't make no god. How does a motherfucker like Adrien Broner continue to get shine?
Look,
why?
Look,
what are we hoping
my man
for?
Cheetah, he said, "Watch out."
Watch out for what?
Yeah.
What am I watching out for?
What we watching out for,
You gonna
dog?
sneak up behind me and grind on my leg? The fuck he gonna do? What the fuck this nigga gonna do? What, he gonna walk up behind me with his pants down his motherfucking ankles and shit looking for Tank Davis? That what the fuck he gonna do?
Ain't no back shots. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hey, what the fuck is he gonna do? I mean, what am I looking out for? What am I worried about? Hell, I ain't worried about him hitting me because the nigga don't let his hands go. So I ain't worried about that. Nigga don't let his hands go. Shit, his mouth jump off more than his hands. So I ain't worried about that shit.
My man said, y'all just mad he stay relevant throwing 12 punches a fight. My man cashing in $1 million checks. This motherfucker punch stats after a 12-round fight say 2 landed, 12 thrown.
and then he come out talking about something. Y'all know I won that shit. Y'all know I won that shit. Get the fuck out here, man. But the thing is, he's fighting. I forget the guy's name.
Ivan Redcock.
Right. Ivan Redcock.
That's who he's negotiating. They're not fighting yet. They're negotiating.
Okay, yeah. He's negotiating to try to fight Ivan Redcock. Now, here's the thing: if he loses to Ivan Redcock, that's it, man. If that motherfucker don't announce retirement right then and there, goddamn it, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with the sport, right? But why is Adrien Broner? Why is anything about Adrien Broner still brother? Adrien Broner is the black motherfucking Julio Cesar Chavez goddamn Jr. That's what he is. The only difference is this motherfucker has won 4 belts in 4 different weight divisions. Now, when you really break that shit down, I'm gonna break it.
Please break it down, because there's some
y'all motherfuckers is tripping.
There's some controversy on that, but go ahead.
A lot of one of them was for a vacant motherfucking belt. DeMarco Antonio DeMarco was we just saw Antonio DeMarco fight fucking and I wrote the article on that.
Jamal
James, Big Cool's favorite motherfucking fighter. Shout out to our man.
Yeah.
This motherfucker wrote a eulogy. This motherfucker wrote an appraisement about this motherfucker.
Sure did.
What was this shit I'm reading, right? So he just fought Jamal James. But if you watch anything about that fight, DeMarco was not the same dude that was killing coming up in the division when Adrien Broner got to him. Then Adrien Broner goes down after losing at 140. Well, actually, fought Paulie Malignaggi at 147. Paulie was the weakest link there, and it's arguably a fight that Paulie fucking won. Adrien didn't do jack shit. Then he goes down after losing to Sean Porter. The motherfucker goes down and fight Ashley fucking Theophane.
No, it wasn't Ashley Theophane. It was Khabib Alikverdiev. That's where he got that other belt.
I'm saying he fights an Ashley fucking Theophane.
But hold on, Alikverdiev is where he won the other belt.
Yeah, right. And so he wins the other belt against Alikverdiev? What?
Hey, in my opinion, I don't know, man. Go ahead. I don't have an opinion. Go ahead.
What? I mean, when I listen, Adrien Broner, without a doubt, probably won 4 titles in 4 separate weight divisions against probably some of the weakest motherfuckers I've ever seen in the history of goddamn boxing.
Man, cut it out, man. He beat Vicente Rodriguez at 135, nigga. You talk too much, bro. Stop talking shit, bro. That nigga's a beast, man. Actually, it was at 130. I'm sorry. He's a beast. Vicente Rodriguez only lost 2 fights, bro. And then, let me tell you something, bro. Tell you something right now.
I'm going to bed. Good night.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm still gonna tell you, even though you went to bed. He then knocked out Eloy Perez. He knocked out Eloy Perez, who was an undefeated fighter at that time. So you can't tell me Adrien Broner is not the truth. God damn it. Eloy Perez, Gavin Reese, Antonio DeMarco,
cheetah head,
Paulie Malignaggi, and he took his bitch.
Hey, somebody switched that nigga eggs from dark brown to white. He's fucked. He sees something wrong with him.
My man Champ Ross in the building. I'm sorry. Vicente Escobedo. Are you kidding me? That's Hall of Fame status. Oh, man. At the end of the day, listen, man, I'm going to say something right now, bro. What I just did is what them goddamn diehard Adrien Broner fans be doing on fucking Facebook, bro.
Oh, my God.
My man Lawrence Williams, Jason Litzow. That was actually a fucking dope-ass first-round knockout. By the way, I ain't gonna trip on that one. But Jason Litzow wasn't shit. They was hoping Litzow was gonna be a somebody at that time. Yeah. Jason Litzow was like, what's the guy's name? He got his ass whooped by Joel Castman, Michael Katsidis.
Right, yeah.
Jason Litzow was like Michael Katsidis. They thought he was gonna be a somebody, nigga, and then they ended up not being nothing. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Adrien Broner, I will give him this, bro. This motherfucker has been able to make himself so relevant. He's been able to make people hate him so much that they can't stop wanting to watch him lose, bro. He did what Floyd Mayweather did, but I'm going to tell you something, Bo, and you ain't going to like this.
What's that?
He did it better.
Yeah, because he was able to lose.
Yeah. If Floyd Mayweather would have lost, I see, I'm going to get to it. If Floyd Mayweather would have lost, bro, you know what I'm saying? they would have been like, all right, satisfied, I'm done, I'm good, satisfied. You see what I'm saying? BFTB Boxer put another 2 on it. He said AB is undefeated in a press conference. That is all. Exactly. Nobody beats AB when it comes to the fuckery. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker funny as shit. I be laughing my ass. I don't give a fuck anybody. I laugh all the time. You know what I'm saying?
I give him
funny.
That.
You know what I mean? But he's right. He can never transition that. At least after Marcos Maidana, I'll say this. Before that, I'll admit some things, all right? I don't mind admitting shit. I said Adrien Broner wasn't losing to nobody. But I did say he was going to lose when he skipped 140 and went to 147.
Yes, you did.
As soon as he did that, I said, oh, he's going to lose at 147. He's too small. I said that. Did. All right? But before that, when he was fucking up Jason Litzow, Eloy Perez, and Gavin Reese and shit, I was like, ain't nobody beating this nigga down there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, bro, he's done better than Floyd Mayweather, dog, because he actually lost multiple times.
Yeah, he did.
And then it's getting to the point where he's getting drugged, bro. He's not just losing now. He's getting drugged. Mikey Garcia and Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao was 40. He got drugged by somebody's grandfather.
Man, he let the little man and the old man whoop his ass.
Yeah. A nigga that was a 126 pounder who started off lower than Adrien Broner. Adrien Broner started at 130. All right. Got his ass whooped by a little motherfucker and somebody's granddad. This motherfucker whooped Adrien Broner's ass, went home and started bouncing his damn granddaughter on his knee. Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? But even though all of this has happened, he's still cashing $1 million checks, bro.
He is, dog. He is, and that's the power of social media. He does things to where you be like, yo, man. Like he does, like you say, he does things to where you want to see this dude. Like the thing about his fights is he's losing these fights, but he's not getting beaten up and knocked out and all of that, right? Now, once if Adrien Broner gets in the fight and get brutally knocked out, first round knockout, that's when I think it'll probably slow down, if not come to a stop. He's just losing these fights. He ain't getting beat the fuck up. He ain't getting knocked all around, you know? I truly believe, man, if Adrien Broner goes in this fight and gets knocked out in the first round, that's when motherfuckers will probably be like, all right, man, that's it, dog. We're done with you.
My man Eric said, only fight I'll pay to watch is AB versus Kenny Porter. That might be 50-50.
No, Treathead had the best line.
Man, look, I got Kenny Porter winning that fight, bro.
I do too.
Old
I got
school.
Kenny Porter. Yeah,
that's
man.
old school, nigga. Old school always win. You know what I'm saying?
Treathead said, hold on. AB is undefeated in press conference and local neighborhood bars. Respect that, man.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, though, bro. AB has successfully done what Floyd Mayweather did, bro, but better, man. This motherfucker's still a millionaire, cashing millionaire checks, and he's a gatekeeper. What gatekeeper is getting paid millions?
That's true.
None of them. Not one gatekeeper will you be able to find in boxing that's getting paid millions.
And mind you, this fight against Ivan Redcheck is a gatekeeper status type of fight. I'm sorry.
Nigga, Ivan Radcock is the same motherfucker that allowed Tevin Farmer to be the nigga he is today.
That's it. No shit, though.
Yeah. Before he beat Ivan Radcock, nobody thought Tevin Farmer was going to be any fucking thing.
No shit.
You know what I'm saying? It was that fight right there that said, damn, this dude Tevin Farmer is serious. And shit, the sky was the fucking limit after that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will give Radcock credit. He's coming off of a fucking win against an extremely shot-ass country nigga by the name of Devin Alexander. Extremely shot. I mean, he lost to Aaron Martinez? Ew.
Dog.
You know what I'm saying? So he's very shot. But Redcock didn't let that motherfucker beat him. Oh, no.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did.
Toppin not letting him beat him. He knocked him the fuck out. Gotta give him credit. You know what I'm saying? So, you're right, though. People are... He knocked out Devin Alexander. Nobody's talking about having Redcock. Nobody gives a fuck.
No.
Nobody gives a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, good win. Like with Cletus Selden knocking out Zab Judah, nobody gives a fuck.
Right, no shit.
Nobody cares that Cletus Selden knocked out Zab Judah.
That nigga, I forgot about that till you mentioned it.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody gives a fuck. You know what I'm saying? These are two completely shop-worn fighters, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They like boots that got no more goddamn soul, nigga. They toes sticking out. You know what I'm saying? Fuck with me. Fuck with me, dog.
Hey, dog, the motherfucker like shoes that you know are so done that the rock, that when you step on the rock, you feel that motherfucker imprint on your foot. Like, oh, shit. That's some new shoes.
Hell yeah. Exactly. Your toe sticking out that motherfucker. Niggas is like, niggas, that your toe? That's Devin Alexander and Zab Judah. And you got them old school Timbs, nigga, where the tongue is just sticking all the way the fuck out. That motherfucker bent all the way over. New York niggas, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Man.
The tongue is sitting on the fucking laces, nigga. That's an old beat up Tim. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking Zab Judah and Devin Alexander, bruh. So, at the end of the day, cats is still looking like Ivan Redcock. He should beat this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, if he does not beat Ivan Redcock, bruh, let me ask you this, Bo, and then we'll move on to the next one. Will he still be able to be that guy to make millions even if he loses to Redcock, or is it over?
Nope. No, I think if he loses, Redcock is it, because these other fights, they were against higher profile guys. Sean Porter, Manny Pacquiao, shit like that. So, no, man. No. Even Marcos Maidana was still somewhat of a higher profile name. He loses to Redcock. That's because nobody knows this dude.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. Nobody knows this dude. And the thing about Adrien Broner, which is fucked up to me, is he would lose to these guys we're talking about, but he did beat the Ashley fucking Thea Paynes. He did beat the motherfucking Emmanuel fucking Taylors. Okay? He did beat him. So that's why this fight's intriguing to me, because if you lose to this motherfucker right here, that's it. That has, like, I would love for somebody to explain to me how Ivan Redcash don't end it for this nigga.
You know, man. Yeah, you're right. The only thing that was saving Adrien Broner is that he was beating the C-level fighters.
Yeah.
And Ivan Redcock is every bit of a C motherfucker right now, bro. Always has been. You know what I'm saying? So he better beat him, bro. And speaking of motherfuckers that better beat somebody, we gonna go on to the next one. That boy Keith Thurman.
No. Hold on. Say his name. Right.
I can't remember how I said it, bro. It was I can't remember how I said it, bro. That's how long it's been since I've been on this channel, man.
To call that mother Catherine Josephine.
Didn't I call that nigga Keithan Gregory Josephine Thurman?
Yeah, that's what you used to call him. That's what it was.
Keithan Gregory Josephine Thurman. Hell yeah. That motherfucker better win, bro. Keithan. Come here, Keithan. Come here. Bruh. All that hot shit you been talking, my nigga. Bro, I've never seen anybody talk. This is worse than AB.
Yes, it is.
Bruh. All that hot shit you been talking, my nigga, and it's not even your character to talk this kind of shit, you better beat the dog shit out of man. I don't even want a decision. I don't want no decision. Listen, you better knock this motherfucker out of the ring. You know what I'm saying? Listen, bro. Listen. Bo. He better do the Manny Pacquiao What Gerald McClellan did to fucking Nigel Benn. What Gerald McClellan did to Nigel Benn before he ultimately was beaten and put in the state that he's in. Shout out to Gerald McClellan on that.
Right, exactly.
But before that happened, he knocked Nigel Benn out the ring.
Sure did.
And Nigel Benn is a bad motherfucker. This motherfucker got knocked out the ring. And if you guys don't know, they give you 20 seconds to get back in.
Yes, they do.
He got knocked out the ring, got up, and got back in the ring and knocked out Gerald McClellan. That's a bad motherfucker, bro, by the way. That's a bad motherfucker, by the way. That's either here nor there. We're not talking about that. That could be another podcast another time. Keith Thurman better do to Manny Pacquiao what Joe Smith Jr. did to Bernard Hopkins. Out the ring! He better do to Manny Pacquiao what Oleg Moskaev did to Hasim Rahman not once, but twice! Out the ring! That nigga Rahman was on them tables like this. How the fuck do you fall on the same table twice by the same opponent like this?
Hold on, no, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hasim Rahman went limp like a dick when it bust a nut.
Yeah. Bro, come on, Rockman. Are you kidding me? But that's what I'm saying. He better do that shit to Manny Pacquiao, the kind of shit that he talking. Because if this motherfucker go out there running around the ring, boxing and shit, man, listen, bro. I will no longer talk Keith Thurman ever again, bro. Ever again. Because he talking like Manny Pacquiao ain't shit. Not shit. Shit. Let me repeat that. Not shit. Shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how he talking, bro.
Hey, man.
Man, bro, lawn chair season. That's what it better be like. Just like that's Aerospin shit when he was beating the fuck out of Lamont Peterson. Lawn chair season, bro. You know, I better see Manny Pacquiao get folded up and put in a storage closet, nigga. I better see that. Because if I don't, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with Keith. You can't talk this kind of shit and give a subpar performance. Can't do it. And the problem is this, Bo. Manny Pacquiao still has enough in the tank to possibly beat Keith. What do you think, man?
All right, so this is what happened. Let me explain to y'all what happened, right? Keith Thurman set up, and he said how fighting Terrence Crawford don't interest him, right? Then Keith heard all this backlash. Motherfuckers, calling him, fake ass ponytail, light skinned ponytail, motherfucking fake ass Superfly, want to be tough motherfucker and all. They got in his ass, right? So Thurman, sitting at home, playing his motherfucking flute and shit, crying and shit, looking at his girl like, I don't know what to do. I lost my image. And his girl said, look here, this is what you need to do, goddammit. This is what you need to do, okay? You can't talk shit about Earl. You can't talk shit about Crawford. Talk shit about Pacquiao. Talk shit about that old motherfucking man, okay? Find your inner nigga.
Damn. He had an Indian chick tell him that shit, or Pakistani, whatever the fuck she is, man. That's crazy, bro.
His girl, look, find your inner nigga, okay? Find it, right? So he goes, man, fuck, that's right. You know what? You're right. You're right. Fuck that shit. Fuck Pacquiao. Fuck, and Keith probably in the mirror too. Yeah, motherfucker, I want Pacquiao. Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Fuck that shit. God damn it. I'm with Pacquiao on that. Grabbing his phone, practicing and shit. You motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck him up, right? Probably even told his girl, turn the camera on. I gotta rehearse it to make it look real. So he goes out and he does all this shit. He talking all this shit. Here's the problem that Keith is gonna have. Like you just said, when you talk this, like you're trying to remind us of the Keith that you used to fucking be. The Keith that we all know is no longer there. That's proof. Your comments is proof of that, right? So you're talking about Manny Pacquiao, who not only does he still have something left in the tank, he can not only still beat you, but he still has enough that, from we know, to hit your ass in that body and fucking probably potentially hurt you. Okay? That's something that you're gonna have to deal with. If Manny Pacquiao hurts Keith Thurman, even if Thurman wins, if Pacquiao hurts him, everybody will talk about him being hurt more than him being winning. Y'all think I'm bullshit? Watch Louis fucking Collazo fight.
Yep, I agree 100%.
Watch the Louis Collazo. Motherfuckers talk more about him being hurt against Collazo than his actual victory. Absolutely. Watch the fucking Danny Garcia goddamn fight.
Yep.
Motherfuckers talk more about him being hurt than his motherfucking victory. So if Manny Pacquiao hurts long hair flute playing light skinned scary bitch ass Keither and Gregory Josephine Thurman, that's it for him. I mean, if Manny, even if Keith is winning the fight, but Manny drops him in the 11th round, that's it. Motherfucker, you're done. Because this should not be happening to you. With all the shit you talk, it's not like he's saying, listen, man, Manny Pacquiao's still a dangerous fight. Manny Pacquiao, like, you got niggas out here believing this is a cherry pick. That motherfucker believing Manny Pacquiao is a fucking cherry pick. So you better go out here. First thing you need to do is call Jesse Vargas, and he can tell you about thinking a motherfucker's a cherry pick.
Yeah, right. Chris Algieri, Jesse Vargas. Yeah.
Right. You need the motherfucking, okay? It's called that. Adrien
Broner.
Yeah, Adrien Broner thought the same motherfucking thing, right? So the first thing you need to do is, cherry pick. And then you also should ask yourself this question, Keith. Pacquiao was originally challenged by one Earl Spence. I think you know who Earl Spence is. That's the motherfucker who, who you call your wife in and tell her to check up underneath the bed to make sure he ain't up underneath that motherfucker.
Before you go to bed at night. Before his wife tuck his punk ass in, yeah. Can you check the closet and make sure that the Errol Spence monster's not in there? Leave a light on.
Manny Pacquiao was challenged by Earl. Pacquiao decided not only if I'm not to fight Earl, but he decided if I'm a fighter, young up and coming, a youngster, I'm gonna fight you. I'm not gonna fight Earl. I'm not gonna fight Terrence. I'm not even gonna fight Sean Porter. No, motherfucker, I'm fighting you. You need to find out, why did this motherfucker choose me?
Yeah.
Why fucking me? Okay? Then once you answer that question, then you also need to understand that you do yourself no favor. We say this all the time, and my man Prodigy said, a lot of these dudes need PR people. Listen, I'm all for fighters trying to beat on promoters and getting as much money as they can. I have no problem with that, right? One of the biggest knocks that I have against PBC is they need better people behind their fighters to help them with guiding their fucking careers. Say what you want to say about Bob Arum, say what you want to say about Oscar De La Hoya. Them motherfuckers got that machine ready.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, 100. 100. They absolutely do.
Right. Okay? Them motherfuckers got that machine ready. And Keith Thurman, the way you're talking, you're making, not only are you making it look like Manny Pacquiao's a cherry pick, you're making it like this should be the easiest motherfucking fight of your life. Then on top of the fact, we know what you said about Earl, then you said that shit about Terrence Crawford. Oh, motherfucker, you better be dominant. Like, I better see Pacquiao hit the fucking canvas. I better see Pacquiao face messed up. Like, even if you don't knock him out, I better see relevant. Like, I better see motherfucking I better see what I saw against Mikey Garcia and Earl Spence. It better be obvious he's a beaten fucking man.
Yep.
If it's not that obvious, motherfucker, if it's not that obvious, the only thing y'all gonna hear me mention when it comes to the welterweight division is 3 champions: Crawford, Spence, and motherfucking Sean Porter. I'm not even gonna count that WBA shit. If you still holding it. Like, as a matter of fact, if anybody win 3, I'm gonna call them niggas undisputed. That's how much disrespect I'm gonna have for your ass.
Damn, nigga. Yo, he said, fuck your title. I'm telling you, bro. Listen, man. Listen, man. I am the best person to advise somebody that you can't talk shit and not back it up. Because that's what I do all day long. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about the not backing it up part. I'm talking about the talking shit part. I back up all my shit talk. But that's what I do. Bro, I'm at work in corporate America talking shit.
I was on the phone.
Yeah, you was on the phone. You heard me talking shit. Yeah. You heard me talking shit on my day job. That's what I do. I get on the podcast. I talk shit. I come home in the house. I talk shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you got to back it up. And I back it up with my work that I do at my job. I back it up with how I provide for my family. And I back it up with how I handle and manage 3kingsboxing.com, respectively. You know what I'm saying? So I can talk shit because I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? In this case, Keithan, better back it up. That's all I'm saying. If you beat him by decision, it better be a fucking drubbing. You know what I'm saying? Like a fucking dismantling. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Manny Pacquiao just had the heart to not go down. Like what Spence did to Garcia, like you said. Yeah, it better be something like that. Because if it goes a decision, and you ain't fucked this nigga up, no more Keithan. It's over. I will purposely.
I'm gonna call you Catalina.
Bro, I will purposely go around publishing articles for this motherfucker. Yo, Cheetah Head, Mike Wilson, my man Corey Cunningham, you know what I'm saying? My man Jarrell, Blake, Bo, y'all might give me articles that say Keith Thurman on that hoe. I might kick it back. Get this shit out of here. Let's move on to the last one, bro. I'll kick it off. Don't worry about it. Go ahead and finish your laugh. This is what we do, man. Come on, man. Nobody fucking with us, man. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. Some of the best shit don't get seen. That's how it is, bro. Look, man. We're going to go to the last one. We had another one, but I ain't going to fuck with that one. I'm only going to fuck with this one. 1 hour and 48 minutes in, man. I want to kick this shit off before the 2-hour mark. Joshua Greer Jr. I don't know if y'all watched that fight, but he was on the undercard of Shakur Stevenson versus Blah. Whoever the fuck he was. Blah. That's his name.
God damn. We gonna go to fights. Niggas gonna be looking for us. We gonna have to go. We gonna have to be deep, man. We gonna have to go deep.
They gonna be looking like, there's some nigga named 2K out here in this motherfucker. I'm telling you, bro, it's coming. Until they see the physical, they're gonna be like, oh, well, think about that for a second. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta understand, our 2 deep is better than most niggas 5 deep. So.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Listen. Joshua Greer Jr. is a prospect, or somewhat of a contender. I think he's a contender now. I'll give him contender status. At 118 pounds, bantamweight. Of course, that division houses Zolani Tate, Ryan Barnett, Louis Neary, Jason Maloney, right? Emmanuel Rodriguez, you know. And then, of course, the baddest motherfucker, Noye, right? Now, here's the deal. Joshua Greer Jr. is a guy that's really talkative, like myself, talks a lot of shit, you know, has been backing it up, has one loss on his record, but since then has been backing it up. The nigga comes to the ring with a pillow telling niggas it's night time and all of that. I like that shit, dog. I ain't gonna lie. I like that, bro. I fuck with that. I like niggas that talk shit. It's boxing. Not supposed to be, how you doing today, sir? You know, my name's Vladimir Klitschko. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pound you in the face. I'm going to knock you out, but I'll do it in a gentleman-like manner. Fuck that. I don't want that. I want somebody to talk shit. You know what I'm saying? This is boxing, man. Then y'all could be cool after all of that shit, right? So I like the pillow thing. But here's the deal. He lost to Nikolai Potapov, whatever his name is. I think that's his name. I had him losing that fight, bro. I thought Potapov worked him. Greer looked good early on. And it's funny because I don't know if the guy's watching right now, but when we went live on Facebook, there was a guy that was like, we got to talking about something, and he mentioned Joshua Greer. He's like, man, Joshua Greer, man, that motherfucker right there, man, that motherfucker. And I was like, nah, man, Joshua Greer is whack, bro. What you talking about?
Yeah, I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's
that.
all right. He ain't like that. I mean, he going to get fucked up if he steps up. I mean, I told him Ryan Burnett, Maloney, Tay, Emmanuel Rodriguez, and definitely fucking, what's his name? Naoya Inoue beat him, and Louis Nair. All the guys that's his name, I said beat him. You know what I'm saying? Right now. I said he needs time. No. That motherfucker right there, that's a bad motherfucker. And this is before he fought Potapov. So I don't know if he's listening right now, but bro, if you are listening, did you watch that goddamn fight? You know what I'm saying? Greer got the brakes beat off of him. And Bo should be one of the first motherfuckers that's telling me, no, bro, fuck that. Because where is Greer from? Chicago. That's where Bo's sitting at right now, in the Chicago basement. You know what I'm saying? So is that what Al-Bali is? Yeah, he's at 118. Yeah, good shit, Lawrence Williams, Al-Bali, yeah. Nordine Al-Bali. Yeah, Nordine Al-Bali fucks him up. Absolutely.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I keep thinking of Al-Bali's at 115 sometimes. I don't know why. He's at 118.
I remember because he was saying, fighting Naoya Inoue would be no problem for him.
Yeah, he said he wouldn't mind unifying against Naoya Inoue. Absolutely. So, but anyway, he looked bad in that fight. After the fight, everybody's booing him. By the way, he can't go back to New Jersey. They didn't like him. You know what I'm saying? He said he had some good hospitality from Shakur Stevenson and his dad prior to the fight, but he had terrible hospitality after that goddamn fight because motherfuckers thought he lost. You see what I'm saying? But then he said some shit like, I don't even remember this nigga's rhymes and shit. What'd he say? He said the next time the pillow gonna come out. Oh, he said I just beat the shit out of a Russian or some shit like that. I beat the brakes off a Russian. That's what he said. And I'm thinking in my head like, are you just retaliating because you're upset because the fans are booing? Because clearly you didn't just beat the shit out of a Russian. At the best, you had a draw with a Russian. You know what I'm saying? At best. You know what I'm saying?
At best.
But my thing is this. Top Rank is positioning him, and he's already positioned in the IBF rankings with this win. I believe they said he's going to move up to number 2. He's already positioned in the IBF rankings. Who holds the IBF belt now? Inoue. Well, Top Rank is positioning him to possibly fight for Naoya Inoue's IBF title after Inoue beats the dog shit out of Nonito Donaire. I mean, sorry, after the WBSS finals. And Top Rank signs Naoya Inoue, right? Because that's what's in the plans. So when Top Rank signs Naoya Inoue after he knocks out Nonito Donaire, Joshua Greer's in line for that title. Bo? Based on what I've seen this ain't even fuck the Potapov fight, bro. Fuck the Potapov fight. I said he couldn't beat none of these guys before he fought Potapov.
Exactly.
After Potapov, I'm saying he gets knocked out in 3 rounds. What do you think, man? 2.
Listen, man.
2 rounds.
2 rounds? Listen, man. Here's what's going on. Naoya Inoue just signed with Top Rank. Top Rank finna push the shit out of motherfucking Naoya Inoue. Push the shit out of Naoya Inoue. Now, what helps any fighter after coming out of a tournament where he is, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, won't they crown a lineal champion?
After the WBSS?
Yes.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about 118. I would believe so. Because that's what's been happening after every World Boxing Super Series. So I believe so. I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
Okay. So they're going to crown a lineal champion. Now, what sells better coming out of a tournament, fighting a guy like Greer, knocking him the fuck flat the fuck out, a young, hungry prospect, getting just brutal fucking lies.
Yeah.
That's going to sell. And then guess what's going to happen to Greer? Well, Josh Greer's gonna go the way of David Reed when Felix Trinidad did to him what he did to him, or go the way of Jeff Lacey, the same thing that Joe Calzaghe did when he fucking did to him, or maybe even Michael Grant when Lennox Lewis did to him what Lennox Lewis did to him. Okay, that's what's gonna happen to Josh. Listen, Josh Greer is being put in a very bad position. And I'm saying, like, once upon a time I would have said, no, Bob wouldn't do that to a young up and coming prospect. But now we know he is worth 10 fucking Josh Greers. So hey man, listen, I'll sacrifice Josh Greer. Why? Because maybe I can build him back up. Hell, maybe I can even, when now we know he goes up in weight, I can position this.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going up for sure. Yep.
Okay, right. Yep. But the thing is, if it's the sell now we know well then how do you sell him? You put him on ESPN, you put him on the world's biggest motherfucking platform, and you let him have the knockout of the fucking century. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. Yep. Now we know he is light years ahead of Josh Greer. Like you said, even if I take out the fight he had recently, I never believed, no shape, form, or fashion, was he ever ready for a motherfucking now we know man. So to me, this is a setup. Like Josh Greer sitting there, yeah, I'm getting a title shot, motherfucker. I'm getting a title. No, you being set the fuck up. You're being set up, dog.
Yeah.
You're being set up. And understand that.
Yeah, I agree 100%. My man Ronald Finkley said Joshua Greer is mature. He a humble dude. I watched his interview, bro. He made me see him in a decent light. I think Joshua Greer is actually,
I think he's a good dude.
Yeah, I think he's a good dude. I just, like I said, that's why I said, whenever, the crowd booed, I think what he said was a reaction. You know what I'm saying? I think he said he didn't care that they booed, but his statement after that, he had two statements. I just can't remember the second statement. But the first one was he beat the brakes off of a Russian. And the second one, I can't remember what he said, but it was equally fucking stupid. I think he was doing that as a reaction, like, hey, man, why am I getting booed? Fuck this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, and that's human nature. You get a little upset when things don't go your way. So I'm not dissing him yet. I ain't gonna brutalize him like I do Tank Davis just yet. You know what I'm saying? No. Give it a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? I give him a pass right now. But I'm just saying, in terms of what I seen in the fight, and as my man Bo actually elaborated on very well, he can't beat Naoya, and he's absolutely getting set up. Abso-fucking-lutely. You know what I'm saying? Now, they might not make that fight. Who knows? But I'm just saying that's what they are positioning him into being. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll see what happens. I think if he fought Naoya, it will be a modern day version of Costa Tszyu versus Zab Judah, bro. Modern day version. The nigga might even do the same chicken dance, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro, that nigga was slide. That nigga Zab Judah was doing the electric slide in that motherfucker. Slide to the left. Boom, boom, slide to the right. That's what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Get back now, y'all. Now turn it out.
Break it down, dude. Break it down.
Yo. Am I lying?
No.
Exactly. That's exactly what the fuck Joshua Greer gonna do if he fights Naoya now. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely 100%, bro. And then Weed Degree said he sleep. Word up, man. I'm going to go to the chat, man, before we close it out, man. I like to hear what a lot of you guys got to say.
You got a good chat, man. A lot of you guys, let me say this, man. I'd rather do this and have you guys that know boxing on than to have 300 motherfuckers that don't know fuck all shit about the sport.
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate y'all, man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Even y'all challenges is good, man.
Yeah, they are. You know what I'm saying? They are. Let me see what they say, man. I don't think I read. Have I read anything from Mike Wilson, man? I'm going to do it right now. 3 Kings boxing in the house. He said Greer is a level below. And Noye, Tete, Donaire, Awubali. Shoot, I would say Greer would lose to the likes of Jason Maloney and Emmanuel Rodriguez. Hey, that's what I said, Mike. He loses to all them motherfuckers. In my opinion, the guy that he gives a good fight to out of all of those names, well, I don't know if he loses to Nonito Donaire. That's number one. I think he beats Donaire, right? But take his name off, because I think Donaire is done. Donaire would have lost to Ryan Burnett.
Donaire deserved the. Listen, man. I'm telling y'all, Nonito Donaire, mark my word, it's the year of the upsets. Donaire is going to beat Inoue. It's the year of the upsets. Don't bet on that shit, though. I wouldn't.
You know what's funny, Bo? A lot of people were saying that same rhetoric. They were sharing that same rhetoric when your boy Tom Shores climbed in the ring with Tyson Fury. Oh yeah, it's the year of the upsets. Oh, I'm like, guys, like some little kids. You know what I'm saying? Like you watching a bunch of little kids and shit, and you got to be like, now, guys, calm down a little bit. JoJo, go sit on the couch. JoJo, go sit on. JoJo, get on the fucking couch. That's how it was. You know what I'm saying? Cut it out, bro. Tom Shores is not stopping, hurting, not even touching Tyson Fury. And we saw that actually happen. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Nonito Donaire. Even though this motherfucker's what is Nonito, man? Like a 4-division champion? I can't think off the top, bro.
I can't think off the top.
I can't think off the top, but probably a 4-division. He's a multi-division champion, absolutely, because he was weight bullying the shit out of niggas back then. So definitely a multi-division champion. But he's been through a hell of a lot. You know what I'm saying? In the last, 7 years? Been through a hell of a lot, bro.
He got a lot of miles on them tires, man.
Exactly. So, Inoue is in his fucking prime, dog. Ain't nobody beating Inoue right now, man. I'm sorry. Not at 118. Maybe at heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? But not at 118. So,
yes, sir.
It's going to be a brutal KO. Very fast, unless Inoue is trying to get some rounds. That's the only thing I can think of. But he doesn't seem like the type of guy that's like, yeah, I'm about to go out there and get some rounds. He's like, man, I'm about to fuck this dude up. Give me my goddamn unification and give me my lineal status and give me Josh Greer.
You know what Inoue reminds me of?
Ooh.
Inoue reminds me of a cat that's like, he goes in the ring, boom, boom. Now come on, let's go, goddammit. I want me some pussy. Been going without pussy, goddammit, 30 motherfucking days.
He's like what Tony the Tiger Thompson said after he knocked out David Price.
Yeah.
When he said he was gonna break his wife's back out. Y'all remember that shit? That nigga said, I'm about to break her back out.
That's what he like, though.
Yo.
It's like I'm about to break her off.
And them
UK. Think about it, dog. Every time a fighter goes through camp, when camp is over, what do you see them doing next? Surprise, everyone! We're having a baby.
Yeah. Gennady Golovkin got his girl pregnant right after he drew with Canelo.
Child.
Right after
Deontay.
Yeah, right after he drew with Canelo, he brought home that big ass bag, and his wife put that Caucasian ass on him. I was gonna say big ass, but nah.
No.
Nothing like our women.
Shit, Andre Ward, the minute he retired, we're having a baby.
Hell yeah, bro.
That's how I know he fights. I know he fights like, I got to get my Japanese.
Oh, man. My man Lawrence Williams said, the whole time I was watching Greer, I was thinking, what if Inoue hit him with those right hands, the same right hands Potapov was hitting him with? Exactly. And that's why I'll come to my conclusion, Lawrence, that he won't last 3 rounds with this guy, man. Fighting like that. If he goes into that fight, different game plan, totally different fighter, worked on some things. In training camp, hell, who knows? He might last 4 rounds. You know what I'm saying? But fighting the way he fought Potapov, 3 rounds, bro. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? What else we got, man? Neutral Natural. He said to beat Inoue, you got to punch this dude and hope you can hurt him first. Yeah. You got to get Inoue to respect your power. 100%, absolutely. See, one thing about that's redundant with fighters that have a lot of power. You see, you got fighters who have a lot of power and they're very aggressive, right? Triple G. Mm-hmm. You got fighters that have a lot of power that may sit back and outbox you. Canelo Alvarez.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And Inoue as well. Inoue is aggressive, but he's a boxer puncher, right? He's not like running at you and shit. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to do that. He's, picks his spots, positions himself, throws the right kind of punches with fucking pinpoint accuracy. That's why he's so good. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%.
Right. So the thing is with him is this, man. All of these fighters that have a lot of power, if you get them to respect your punch, then they will have to not rely on their power as much as they were previously, right? As much as a technical guy Noe is, he still relies on his power, right? So if you get in an exchange with this guy and you hit him and he feels that shit and his legs kind of tweak a little bit, you know, they kind of go like that a little bit, make his body go like that, that motherfucker gonna step back and be like, all right, dog, all right, hold up. hold up. You know what I'm saying? So,
most definitely.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. With power punches, you definitely got to let them feel it. Hell, look what Nathan Gorman was trying to do against Daniel Dubois, right?
Yep.
Perfect example. Yep, he was immediately trying to land that left hook. It was stupid as fuck because he was throwing it the wrong way. This nigga was throwing it like this. I don't know if y'all can see me. He's throwing it like this. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You ain't Danny Garcia. Only he can throw the no-look Magic Johnson left hook. You know what I'm saying? You ain't Danny Garcia out here, nigga.
Nathan Gorman pissed me off. Like,
oh, man.
Motherfucker, how do you not understand that this is not better than this?
Yeah, bro. Exactly. So, absolutely, I agree 100%. All right, we're gonna take a couple more, man, then I'm gonna fuck up out of here. There's a new guy in here, man. I wanted to get his comment, but I don't think I can get it, bro.
Ronald Finkley?
Nah, not Ronald. I'm about to read his next, but there's another guy, but I see over here he took it down, so I guess I'll leave it alone. But yeah, my man Ronald Finkley says, salute Prodigy Boxing Talk. Glad I caught the live boxing talk. Hey, man, I think you're on Facebook, because I remember your name somewhere. If it's not on here, then it's on Facebook. We go live on Facebook a lot as well, so
yes, we do.
You catch us here every Monday and Thursday. Catch us on Facebook sporadically, man. We be on that hoe. All right. My man Weed Degree at Finkley. This is the palace. I think he meant place. Of boxing talk. Pure knowledge. But I'll take palace.
I'll take palace, goddamn. That's what it feels like when I get off here and I go back to that 70-inch screen TV back there and play some video games.
Yeah. I'm about to go eat dinner and hit the weights. Nigga like me got to stay on them weights, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got 2 daughters. And then I might have to choke one of these niggas one day in the chat.
I got one. And it's her birthday today. So happy birthday to my baby girl.
Yeah, no doubt. Happy birthday to her. Straight up 100%. All right, man. Y'all know what to do. Go to 3kingsboxing.com for the latest and greatest in boxing news and information, as well as interviews. What we have up on there right now is another Deontay Wilder interview after we were told by a man by the name of Ice Chips. We were told that 3 Kings Boxing is 100% biased towards Deontay Wilder and Al Heyman. But for some reason, we got another Deontay Wilder interview up. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. And it was by, we got an article up on him too, if I believe. It was written by one of those non-writers we have. We only got 2 writers. Oh, man, this shit gets better and better. But y'all know what to do. That's up there right now. My man Big Cool has a interview with Clarissa Shields on standby. Hopefully, he said he already got it. You know what I'm saying? So if he already got it, that is on the docket soon. And I'm going to be on that bitch. And I've already interviewed Clarissa Shields once already. But I got a lot to say to her. Oh, you going to be on there? You trying to be on there, Bo?
No, I feel left out. I mean, y'all know, y'all gonna have that fine, luscious, booty, body loving.
I'm telling her. I'm going to tell her. Fuck it, I don't care. I'm going to tell her. I'm not gonna give her a name. I'm just gonna say my head of public relations thinks you the finest motherfucker he's ever seen. I'm gonna tell her that.
Please tell her that. Tell her that. Please tell her.
Yeah. Hey, Chris M., go check out Muy Bowen 74. That motherfucker made a video saying we biased and we hate Al Heyman and Deontay Wilder. And he said we only got 2 writers. What else did he say, Bo?
He said that
He said some other shit on there too,
said
bro.
that there are plenty of articles that show our biasness.
Oh yeah, there's
He
plenty of
said I
articles.
wrote the
Yeah.
article that started the argument.
Matter of fact, Chris M, go to the video where I titled it Ice Chips. There's 2 of them. Go to the one that's 2 hours and 20 minutes. I give you the whole spiel on that show, and I break his video down minute by minute. So you ain't even got to go to his channel. You can go to mine, stay right here, go to the 2.5 hour video where I say Ice Chips is trying to get clout off of the Three Kings name. That's the name of the video. Break it all the way down, bro. And you can basically, after visiting 3kingsboxing.com and after listening to this podcast, you can make your own assumption about what we do and how we act. That's what I want people to do. Do your own research. Don't listen to me. Listen to the video. Listen to what Bo says. Listen to what I got to say. Then go do your own research and come to your own conclusion. I guarantee you we will be 100% in everybody's conclusion saying these niggas not biased. I don't see nothing up there about Deontay Wilder or Al Heyman hate. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. But, also follow us on Twitter at 3kingsboxing, Instagram at 3kingsboxing, Facebook.com/3kingsboxing. All right? Anybody who wants to donate, I appreciate the guys that have already donated on this podcast. If you do want to donate, understand that the money does not go in my pockets. The money goes directly into 3kingsboxing.com. So if you do want to donate, go to the PayPal, 3kingsboxing.com, or 3kingsboxing, at gmail.com. That is the PayPal account. We also do the donating through the Streamlabs, and I'm going to do Cash App later. But everything goes back into the business. I appreciate everybody who is in the chat, everybody who's donated. Don't forget this podcast every Monday and Thursday, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, 6:30 Pacific, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2:30 British time. I had to count that bitch out, bro. I couldn't remember. I had to count it out, bro. I could not fuck. I always fuck up British time, bro. I can't never remember. Ronald says salute to the codes, man. He said salute to you, Bo. He said peace, pride. Bo, stay safe. Yeah, man, that's what's up. But yeah, y'all already know what to do, man. So without further ado, see y'all Thursday. We out this bitch.